Konnichiwa, guys! Romance anime isn't just about confessions and happy endings. Some of the best love stories are the ones that almost nobody talks about. Whether you're looking for wholesome relationships, hilarious rom-coms, or emotional stories that'll stay with you long after the credits roll, this list has something for everyone. Here are some of the most underrated romance anime that every anime fan should watch at least once. Let's get into it. At number 11, we have I Got Married to the Girl I Hate Most in Class. What if you suddenly had to marry the one person you hated the most? That's exactly what happens to Saito and Akane. Forced into a secret marriage by their families, the two can barely stand each other, turning every day into a mix of hilarious arguments and awkward moments. At first, it feels like just another enemies to lovers romance. But after a few episodes, you'll see the chemistry between the two leads and the genuinely wholesome moments hidden beneath all the bickering. If you enjoy rom-coms with great chemistry, plenty of laughs, and a satisfying slow burn romance, this anime is definitely worth watching. At number 10, we have my teen romantic comedy SNAFU, better known as Oregairu. This one's beloved by people who've actually watched it and almost unknown to everyone else. Hachiman Hikigaya begins the series believing youth, friendship, and even love are built on lies. And somehow, that becomes the foundation for one of the most emotionally honest romance anime ever made. Alongside Yukino and Yui, he slowly learns what genuine relationships really mean. It's a romance anime that spends most of its time challenging romance anime tropes, and that's exactly why the ending hits so hard. If you love realistic characters, incredible dialogue, and mature storytelling, Oregairu is a must-watch.
At number 9, we have Alya sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. Alya is half Russian, and she has a habit of whispering her true feelings in Russian under her breath, completely convinced that nobody around her understands the language. The only problem? The male lead, Kuz, understands every single word and never tells her. That one little secret carries almost the entire show. Every scene where Alya thinks she's getting away with something turns into comedy gold, while Kuz quietly pretends he has no idea what she's saying. It's a genuinely fresh hook in a genre that often recycles the same romance tropes over and over again. If you're looking for a wholesome rom-com with fantastic chemistry and plenty of laughs, this is one anime you definitely shouldn't miss.
Next on the list is Medaka Kuroiwa is impervious to my charms. The premise is right there in the title. Someone who's used to being adored by everyone runs into the one person who is completely, almost comically, unaffected by it. Medaka doesn't respond to flirting, doesn't respond to charm, doesn't respond to any of the usual playbook, which forces the other lead to actually figure out who Medaka is as a person instead of performing at them. It's a newer release, so very few people have caught on to it yet, but the immovable object meets unstoppable charm setup has a lot of comedic room to grow.
At number 7, we have Wotakoi, Love is Hard for Otaku. This is the adult romance on the list. Narumi and Hirotaka aren't teenagers figuring out their first crush, they're co-workers, both deeply invested in anime, manga, gaming, and otaku culture, trying to balance love with everyday adult life. The chemistry between them feels natural, but don't overlook the side couple, Kabakura and Hanako. Their constant bickering and hilarious relationship honestly steal just as many scenes as the main pair. What makes Wotakoi so refreshing is that it skips the usual high school romance cliches and focuses on relationships that feel mature, relatable, and surprisingly realistic. If you're tired of school romances and want something funny, wholesome, and genuinely refreshing, Wotakoi is an absolute must-watch. Next up, we have Tomo-chan Is a Girl. Tomo has been in love with her childhood best friend June for years. The only problem? June has always seen her as one of the guys because she acts, fights, and even talks like one. The entire series follows Tomo trying to make June finally see her as a girl, while everyone around them can already tell exactly what's going on, except him. And then there's Misuzu, Tomo's best friend, whose chaotic plans to push the two together make her one of the funniest characters in the entire show. It's much funnier than the premise suggests, and if you're looking for a wholesome rom-com with great chemistry and non-stop laughs, this one is absolutely worth watching. Halfway through the list, we have The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. This is one of the newest romance anime on the list, which means a lot of people still haven't discovered it. But trust me, that won't last for long. Rintaro comes from a school known for its delinquents, while Kaoruko attends a prestigious academy where students are taught to avoid people like him. What makes this anime so special is how natural everything feels. Instead of relying on unnecessary drama or endless misunderstandings, it focuses on kindness, trust, and two genuinely good people slowly falling in love. The chemistry between Rintaro and Kaoruko is beautiful, and every episode leaves you wanting just one more. Do yourself a favor and watch this one before everyone else starts talking about it. Taking the fourth spot is Pseudo Harem. Don't let the title fool you. There isn't actually a harem. The entire harem is just one girl. Rin is a drama club member who pretends to have different personalities, creating the illusion of multiple girls, all just to spend more time with the boy she likes, Eiji. That simple idea carries the entire series. Every new personality brings a different kind of comedy, while the chemistry between Rin and Eiji quietly grows stronger with every episode. It's one of the most wholesome romance anime you'll come across, and somehow almost nobody talks about it. We're getting into the top tier now, and this hidden gem deserves way more love than it gets. Breaking into the top 3 is Higehiro. After being rejected, I shaved and took in a high school runaway. I know what you're thinking. The title sounds weird, but trust me, don't judge this anime by its name. After being rejected by his crush, Yoshida meets Sayu, a runaway high school girl with nowhere to go. Having spent so long surviving by relying on people who only offered her a place to stay in exchange for taking advantage of her, she'd almost given up on trusting anyone. But Yoshida does something different. He gives her a safe place to stay, asks for nothing in return, and slowly helps her rebuild the trust she thought she'd lost forever. What follows isn't just a romance, it's a heartfelt story about healing, second chances, and learning to move forward. If you're looking for something emotional and genuinely different, Higehiro is an easy recommendation. Runner-up on today's list is My Happy Marriage. At first, it feels like another arranged marriage story. But don't let that fool you. Mio has spent her entire life being abused and treated like she doesn't belong, until she's unexpectedly sent to marry Kyoka Kudo, a man rumored to be cold and heartless. Instead of finding another nightmare, she discovers someone who finally treats her with the kindness and respect she's never experienced before. Watching Mio slowly heal and regain her confidence is one of the most rewarding parts of the entire series. The romance is beautifully paced, the animation is absolutely stunning, and every emotional moment feels earned rather than forced. If you're looking for a romance that'll warm your heart and leave a lasting impression, My Happy Marriage is an absolute must-watch. And finally, taking the #1 spot is ReLIFE. Imagine getting one last chance to fix every mistake you've ever made. That's exactly what happens to Arata Kaizaki, a 27-year-old man who's given the opportunity to relive high school through a mysterious experiment. At first, it feels like a simple second chance story, but before you know it, it becomes an emotional journey filled with unforgettable friendships, incredible character development, and one of the most satisfying romances you'll find in anime. What makes ReLIFE so special is how relatable it feels. It reminds us that no matter how many mistakes we've made, it's never too late to grow, change, and become a better version of ourselves. If you've somehow never watched ReLIFE, do yourself a favor and change that. Trust me, this hidden gem deserves every bit of the praise it gets. That's the countdown, 11 underrated romance anime that deserve just as much attention as the biggest names in the genre. From enemies to lovers and slow burns to adult romance, wholesome rom-coms and emotional stories, this list had a little bit of everything. Now it's your turn. Which one of these are you adding to your watch list? And if there's an underrated romance gem that I missed, let me know in the comments. I might discover my next favorite anime because of you. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.